the latest in India's crackdown on drugs. 142 people were taken into custody on Sunday after the Hyderabad Police busted a massive rave party at the pub of a five-star hotel in the city. Those taken into custody included celebrities, star kids, children of prominent politicians and even a top bureaucrat. Contraband like weed and cocaine was seized from them. A day later, those named were let off after collecting their blood samples, but a probe continues in order to identify the peddlers, the consumers and what really was happening at this party. Uma Sudhir joins us with the very latest. Uma, we have very dramatic pictures that you've sent us which essentially show how these drugs were actually being hidden in plain sight using, straws, etc. This was, of course, a party that went on way beyond the permissible limit at a well-known five-star hotel in Hyderabad.
Yes, indeed. The police party that went in because this was exceeding the hours during which you can serve liquor or even drinks or even to outsiders. So this was in pre-dawn. Around 2 a.m. is when they went in Sunday morning, and they were in fact having a suspicion. They had some information that there could be some banned substances there as well. In that video that we are in fact playing out, the counter where the drinks were being served, that was being searched, and that's where you had the straws and the stirrers and the toothpicks, and also you can see a lot of other green materials that have been kept there, and the manager and the co-owner in fact explained, saying that there is lemongrass and this is some other kind of item that's put into the drinks. And subsequently, among the straws there are some small kind of sachets that are attached to some of those straws, and in the FIR they have been described as buds that have been wrapped in some kind of a white white kind of sachets, and they are being told that that is sugar or sugar substitute, but subsequently it was found to be cocaine. So 5 grams of cocaine is what has been found in this very, very high profile place, a pub inside a 5-star hotel of a very prestigious chain that is in the Banjara Hills area of Hyderabad. There were nearly 150 people inside that pub at that time. 142 people have been named in lists that have been made public, and those, as you mentioned, include not just the son of prominent Congress politician. There is a son of an MP from Andhra Pradesh, Telugu Desam MP from Andhra Pradesh, daughter of a bureaucrat, the daughter of a film star who also happens to be herself a film star. There's also a singer, Rahul, who in fact has been a winner of the Telugu reality show Bigg. All of them were inside, but the police is not saying that any of them either consumed or were in possession of the drug. What they have been what they were detained for is for questioning. We are told that blood samples were not taken of all these people. They were let go subsequently, but the FIR that's been lodged is under the sections of the Narcotics and Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act, and under those sections, because there were these drugs found, that's what the FIR says. 4 people have been named in the FIR. 2 of them are still absconding. That happens to be the management of this particular pub, and one person called Abhishek Vupala, who is the co-owner of this pub, and the manager Anil Kumar. Both of them have been taken into custody, and we are being told that some kind of a confessional statement was taken from Anil Kumar, and the police has now taken them into custody. All this of course is part of a larger kind of a crackdown that the Hyderabad police and in fact the Telangana police has undertaken on drugs in the state of Telangana, and as part of that, in fact, there is a Hyderabad drug enforcement wing that was created, and there were a lot of awareness campaigns that were carried out. Crackdown. There were major kingpins who were arrested who were dealing with drugs or peddling drugs. Just recently, in fact, there is a very distressing incident of an engineering student, a BTech student, dying of a drug overdose. He had been sourcing his drugs from Goa, and what we were told is that he had tried a cocktail of the drugs in Goa, and that led him to an emergency, and he had to be rushed in fact to hospital, but he could not survive. With tragic incident like that happening, that triggered even more of a serious response from the administration, the police and the task force, which has now decided that Hyderabad should not become a drug capital, and therefore when they are positioning ourselves as a global kind of a city, the Chief Minister was very clear that this is something something that needs to be contained with awareness and with very stringent action, and that's why we saw this kind of a raid, we are told, in a 5-star hotel pub where there was information that there could be banned substances. What I'm also told by certain other officers is that there are about 50 odd pubs in the city, and more than 50% of them, at least 26 of them, were in fact closed in 2019 after they were found to have many other violations, including the fact that safety, fire safety, municipal violations, all of them were there, but all of them came back in some avatar or the other. As we know, there is a lot of money that does the rounds with businesses in pubs, but the unfortunate aspect is that some of them also seem to be dealing with or allowing the peddling of drugs within their premises, and that's a reason for worry for the authorities and for the citizens as well. Back to you.